Hey kiddies, it's Triple Feature Tuesday once again, and this week we're going to look at some Kane cameos. He's the man behind the mask. I apologize. I meant to have a video for you guys last week, with the new year and everything, but yeah, it got busy, and by busy, I mean hungover. So here we are, and I'm going to apologize to Carrie Fisher for not doing the triple feature I was going to do then. I'll probably do it at some point in the future. In the meantime, I'm even more ashamed to admit that I needed a friend, Mel, to point out to me that this Friday is in fact one of our holy days of obligation. It is Friday the 13th, once again, right out of the gate, second week in January. Of course, it couldn't be the first week in January because it has to be on the 13th. So, this is first month, first Friday the 13th. We got two Friday the 13ths this year. The next one is going to be in October, so that's going to be really, really great. I think for my Friday the 13th party, I'm going to not actually do Friday the 13th. Maybe do something like a palate cleanser, maybe some Freddy Kruegers, or if the people at the party are dumb enough to vote for this option, I'll do this triple feature here, which is three movies in which Kane Hodder has blink and you'll miss it cameos. Kane Hodder is, as much as any one man can be associated with Jason Voorhees, that isn't Sean Cunningham, it's Kane Hodder. He's the only guy to date to play Jason Voorhees more than once. He's actually played him 4 times in Friday the 13th, 7, 8, 9, and 10. That would be the New Blood, Jason Takes Manhattan, Jason Goes to Hell the Final Friday, and Gift to the World, Jason X. Kane started his career as a stuntman, built his way up to stunt coordinator, and then because he actually is just a really great physical actor, he started getting roles as heavies or monsters and everything, and that eventually led to him being Jason Voorhees, and arguably the definitive Jason Voorhees. But that's not anything to do with these movies. Our movies are going to go in increasing order of how much I have to force people to try to give them a chance. So our menu is going to include Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, Rob Zombie's The Devil's Rejects, and the Daredevil movie. So I'm not going to go into too much detail about really any of these movies, but because they're just cameos, but especially not Behind the Mask, The Rise of Leslie Vernon, because I talked about it a lot on during October in the Maryland Mockumentary Horror triple feature, which you can go back. It's still on YouTube and still free. Kane is in the very beginning of the film when Taylor Gentry is going through the background of other slashers that exist in this fictional alternate world. They do a quick exterior shot of the original Elm Street house, which is in Los Angeles, and there's a man taking out his trash, and that man is Kane Hodder, Jason, the former Jason, living in the Elm Street house, and Kane has his almost trademark gloves. If you meet Kane Hodder in real life, 99% of the time he's going to be wearing thick gloves. And that's because he has severe burns from a stunt that went wrong. I'm not sure from what movie, but as a result, he tries not to make people uncomfortable about that. So he always wears gloves because Kane's actually a really nice guy. If you see him in interviews, he's he likes what he does, but he just seems very, very friendly in conventions and everything. But yeah, Behind the Mask, Rise of Leslie Vernon, is one of 2 movies that have both Robert Englund and Kane Hodder, and neither of them are the killer in the movie. This is the idea that I wanted to do originally because I thought there were 3 movies, because I knew about Wishmaster, I knew about this one, but I could have sworn Kane Hodder was in Urban Legend. He's not. Brad Dourif is, but not Kane Hodder, so it didn't work out. But you get this one instead, and this one actually lives up to terrible triple features a lot more. So, next up we have Rob Zombie's The Devil's Rejects, which it is a really tough movie. Rob Zombie made it as kind of his much more gruesome exploitation era version of Bonnie and Clyde, where it's the sequel to House of a Thousand Corpses, and the Firefly clan has woken up from their surrealistic dream that was the first film and are now on the run from the law. And Kane was actually the stunt coordinator for the film, and he has a very small part as one of the police officers in the initial siege. He's wearing a gas mask. If you look closely, you'll recognize him, the build, because Kane is a thicker kind of guy, and so you look for the thickest guy with the gas mask that looks like he would really, really mess you up. But yeah, I'm going to have to figure out a triple feature for The Devil's Rejects at some point, because it's fascinating and revolting. And whereas, you know, I have trouble getting people to watch Leslie Vernon because they just don't know what it is, but then they're usually happy I made them watch it before. Devil's Rejects, I try not to make anybody watch because there's just so much torture and terribleness happening to all the people in the movie, and it's really just gruesome. It's too rough a movie to just spring on people in a triple feature. As opposed to our third movie, Daredevil, which I have trouble making people watch it because nobody wants to believe me when I say it's actually good. I'm going to talk about this one much more at length. I've got a triple feature planned out that's going to feature Daredevil heavily, so we'll go into minute detail about that. But suffice it to say, Kane Hodder plays Fallon, played by Mark Margolis of Breaking Bad fame, the fixer from the comic books that sets Battling Jack Murdoch up, and crossing him is what gets him murdered and helps set Matt on his path of being a righteous warrior for justice. Kane plays his bodyguard, and you see him only really in one scene. Fallon is sitting ringside, Kane is sitting next to him. And it's kind of goofy because you have a guy like Kane who's like really big and huge, and yet you don't have him actually kill Battling Jack Murdoch. It's later revealed, I'm sorry, spoilers for a movie that's 14 years old and you don't like anyway. In the movie version, Kingpin is the one that actually killed Daredevil's father, and so it's just it just seems kind of redundant to have Kane there, but it's always fun to have Kane there because he's just sitting, staring straight ahead, just looking crazy and ready to murder everybody, because that's what Kane does in films. It's interesting because there are two versions of the Daredevil film. There's the original cut, which features Kane much more straight on towards the camera in the stands around the boxing ring. Director's cut, which again I'll be talking about at length in the future, it's much more off to the side and the shot is even shorter. The funnier thing about the director's cut is it features a whole subplot of Matt and Foggy defending an accused murderer played by Coolio in court, and the prosecutor is Mel Spiritus, or Kevin Blair, whichever version of his name he's going by, who was our heroic sidekick in Friday the 13th Part 7. He was Nick, the love interest for Tina, the telekinetic girl. And so even though they have no scenes together, it's a neat little, horror movie reunion. However you decide to celebrate Friday the 13th this Friday, I hope you do it with horror movies. I will be doing it with horror movies of some sort, and there's just no getting around that. So I'll see you guys next week with hopefully a longer and crazier triple feature, but probably not as bad as this one, because think of the progression. It's Leslie Vernon, The Devil's Rejects, and then Daredevil. Daredevil for the win! Yeah. Alright, see you later.